Hi there, Chris from TotallyEV, and here we're doing a dedicated audio review on the Volvo XC40 Recharge Twin. If you'd like a detailed review of the vehicle itself, do check it up on your pop-up banner or indeed in the description below. And before we get into this review, if you do like the content that you're seeing, do consider subscribing and hitting that bell notification. Now, to kick things off, we're going to talk about its audio configuration. And here, if you go for the Twin or the Twin Plus, you'll have an 8-speaker configuration which outputs 250 watts. Here, you do not have a subwoofer. If, however, you do want a subwoofer and you're prepared to pay for the Twin Pro, which is a bit of a premium over the Twin and the Twin Plus, you'll be treated with a 13-speaker Harman Kardon system that outputs 600 watts. And that is the system that we have on review today. Now, in terms of the audio configuration, we'll get into the driver's side in a bit more detail in our written review, but here you'll be pleased to know that there's 6 drivers at the front of the cabin, 6 at the rear, and then you've got the 13th, or shall I say the final driver, which is found in the boot, and that is thanks to a subwoofer. Now, to tinker around with the audio drivers, you can go through the infotainment system and adjust the EQ. Now, it's a shame not to see a multi-band equalizer like you find on the Polestar 2, and instead you've got a treble, bass and subwoofer EQ only, at least at the time of making this video. As a result, the mid and high frequencies are lobbed into the treble EQ, and nevertheless I did adjust this treble EQ quite substantially in terms of a positive side. Now, I did take away quite a few notches from the bass EQ and the subwoofer EQ, but of course your mileage may vary, as they might say in audio terms, because, well, it depends in terms of your music taste and how you like listening to your music. I found that this resulted in a little bit more of a balanced sound signature. Now, I also left the surround sound option completely disabled, and this is because it detracts from the mid-range accuracy and the presence. If, however, you don't really care about that and you want a little bit more of a fulfilling sound, then enable this option and obviously adjust the surround sound option to your heart's content in order to get a little bit more of a kind of spatial sound. As for the fader and the balance, I left it on all or centered, and therefore gave me a good sort of in-cabin experience both at the front and at the rear of the cabin. Now, to connect up to the infotainment system, you've got 2 Type-C inputs found at the front of the cabin. These allow you to use Android Auto or Apple CarPlay. If, however, you prefer to use Bluetooth, you've got the SBC and AAC codecs at your disposal, the latter being the better out of the two, and here it'll allow you to play your songs from anywhere around the cabin using your smartphone. Now, with that all in mind, let's get onto a little sound demo, and while it won't be ideal in terms of YouTube compression and using my microphones, I'll give you a little taster as to how the sound is in the cabin. Do bear in mind and do check the captions at the bottom when I am enabling or disabling surround, so it allows you to understand how the system performs. And the song we'll be using is from Priya J. The song is called Falling. If you're interested in it, by the way, it'll be down in the description below.
Should hide, then learn how to fly. The only way I know how to play this game to success. I'm not quite sussed it yet. When I reach the brink, don't stop to think. I think, and now I'm my way back to falling from so high, falling from so high. Imagination is constantly racing 1,000 head. I'm living in my own mind. My way back to falling so high, falling from so high. Just a matter of time. I'll get on a smile. Just right a few more. Yes, I'm southern like that. Just listen to my track. Call me a dreamer, call me an achiever. Call me a dreamer, call me an achiever. Don't think I've lost no way.
Now, with the audio demo out of the way, let's get on to my subjective opinion. And first off, let's talk about that sub-bass extension. Here, the subwoofer in the Harman Kardon system does deliver that low-end extension that those people will crave when they're listening to, let's say, R&B, dance music or EDM. And as a result, it means that you can really feel that low-end rumble, be it from the front or at the rear of the cabin. The same could be said about its mid-bass, which is very pronounced, so much so that I actually ended up dialing it down almost halfway through its EQ. And I'm someone who quite likes a hearty low-end response, and even then I found that it was just too much, and it was taking away and detracting from the overall sound signature, making it sound a bit too boomy. Whoever has tailored the Harman Kardon system in the XC40 is definitely a basshead, at least in my opinion. Now, of course, in terms of the bass, it's not only just a quantity, but it's the quality as well. And here, the Harman Kardon system does deliver in this domain. While I will say it's not as controlled as the likes of the Tesla Model 3 or the Polestar 2, it's still very much competent and up there with some of the best systems in portraying a good controlled mid-bass slam. Now, almost unsurprisingly, the mids are recessed and pushed back. And even if you are to tailor the treble EQ, which as I mentioned does tinker around with the mids and highs, you'll still feel that the mids don't sound and don't come across as well as the Polestar 2 or the Tesla Model 3. Indeed, here it still feels a bit pushed back and doesn't give you that sort of forward sound that one might expect from a little bit more of a premium audio system. So as a result, audiophiles out there will be potentially left a little bit disheartened. However, most consumers and even audio enthusiasts like myself will be, well, satisfied with the audio reproduction that the XC40 is able to reproduce in the mids. As for the highs, they extend pretty well, and you might want to bear in mind that the treble EQ does tinker around with the highs, so you don't want to go overboard, because then the sound becomes a little bit, well, fatiguing on the ears, and it becomes a little bit sibilant or harsh given the tweeters positioned at the front as well, make it sound a little bit too zingy. But if you don't go overboard with the EQ, or indeed if you leave it in terms of its default EQ, what you'll find is here the treble does extend pretty well, gives you enough zing at that top end to keep you excited, and ultimately gives you that high-end extension that some systems lack, because they don't offer some dedicated treble, or shall I say dedicated tweeters throughout the cabin. Now finally onto the Soundstage. Here I found that the XC40 Recharged Twin is very much similar to the Polestar 2 in this domain, whereby the overall width and depth feels a little bit closed, and despite it having a relatively large cabin, I felt that the XC40's Harman Kardon system didn't deliver that width and depth that you'd expect, like say in the Tesla Model 3, which really does excel in this domain. However, in terms of instrument separation, it's pretty much faultless. At the front and at the rear of the cabin, you're treated with 6 audio drivers, therefore 12 in total within the cabin. Of course, the 13th is that subwoofer, and as a result means that you get great sort of instrument separation and vocals coming out pretty well, and even audio cues just coming out, well, flawlessly. So there's no issues in this domain, and when it comes to the overall Soundstage reproduction, I think a lot of people will be pleasantly surprised. And so this all leads me on to my verdict, and here the Volvo XC40 Recharged Twin Pro, which has the Harman Kardon audio system, is seriously impressive. While it won't compete with the likes of the Polestar 2 or the Tesla Model 3, it is still very, very good, and one that should definitely be commended. And as a result, it actually gets our Best Buy awards. The reason why is because if you're going for the Twin Plus or the Twin Pro, and you're an audiophile, I think you'll definitely appreciate the Harman Kardon audio system, not only due to the extra number of drivers that you get within the cabin, but also with the inclusion of the subwoofer. Now, of course, that's just my opinions and thoughts about it, so I'd be intrigued to hear your thoughts in the comment section below. And of course, if you like this video, give it a like, and do subscribe and hit that bell notification, as it's very much appreciated. Alright, I've been Chris from TotallyEV. Take care of yourselves, and goodbye.